Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
And a happy Monday to you. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Hope you had a great weekend, enjoyed some of that nice weather. Good morning. My name is Stick. To my right this morning.
What up, though? It's Corey.
What's up, Corey? To my left.
Pew, pew. It's Joey. Good morning.
Joey. And then over in producer land, we have Alex and Adam. Mike is manning the social media today, and Fish is making sure we sound so good in that audio booth over there. And as always, the phone number is live and it's hot. If you guys want to talk about anything, 313-552-6322 is the phone number, or just get at us on social media at Woodward Sports. Drop your comments in the chat on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, and we will respond to those as well. Lots of stuff to talk about today. Obviously, Akil Baddoo is something we want to touch on. The 3 rookies for the Pistons, we want to talk about that. The Lakers not visiting the White House. And let's get into it. I mean, the biggest story of the weekend started out as a joke, wound up as a joke, but at least it was an entertaining joke, right, guys?
Yeah. For anybody who was dumb enough to pay $50 for you, go ahead.
I mean, they made like $500 million off that pay-per-view. We're talking about Ben Askren and Paul Kidd. Is it Jake or Logan? I still don't care. Jake Paul knocked out Ben Askren, but the lead up to this fight was actually the most fun part about this fight. I mean, did you guys see like the video of Snoop Dogg, Pete Davidson? Like everybody was at this fight.
Pete Davidson was the one who made the fight for me. He's the one who he pretty much sandbagged the entire fight right before it. The clip went pretty viral on our social media. I loved every bit of that. I thought that was more entertaining than the fight.
And Snoop Dogg, I mean, it's a little bit of a different amount than Herman Moore is owing me right now, but Dana White is on a debt over there.
Yeah, Rick Ross, Ric Flair, and Snoop Dogg.
So dope.
I want to be at this party.
Limousine ride the jet fly. Ricky and Ross and the net.
Man, Rick Ross got that perfect lineup.
Woo!
That perfect lineup. Rick Ross got some new teeth.
Diamond ring wearing.
That's what he's talking about, the lineup of his team.
Woo!
Things are straight. Yeah, so anyways, they were backstage having a good time. But what you were talking about, Pete Davidson, before the fight, actually just kind of ripped apart the fight. He said what we were all thinking, though, right?
Oh, I mean, of course he did. I felt it in my soul. I was just like, I felt for one time in my life, I'm not really a big fan of Pete Davidson, but I felt at that moment we bonded.
I like Pete. He's hilarious. Weird dude. Absolutely weird, but this opening commentary was hilarious.
You can tell how professional this event is by them having me here. We are backstage at Jake Paul's dressing room, or locker room, if you want to call it that. And, today's a really wild day for boxing because it just shows, how low it's truly sunk. I think today proves the fact that if you have enough followers, you can truly fucking do whatever you want. I mean, maybe PewDiePie will cure cancer, and Charlie D'Amelio will become a surgeon. Who knows? Tonight, we have a bout between Ben Askren, who I don't know who that is still, and I've been reading up on him all week, and Jake Paul. And, they both suck, but, at least somebody's going to get hurt. Now, back to you guys in the booth. Some real announcers over there.
And I love that. It's going to suck, but someone's going to get hurt. And Ben Askren, I don't know if he got hurt or not, but he took one shot.
Sheesh.
Man, look, let's be real. I'm gonna go over Ben Askren. First off, I'm with Pete Davidson. I didn't know who the hell Ben Askren was. I really didn't, but I did some homework on him, man. As far as a boxer, whatever, but he's not a chump. I mean, he's regarded as one of the greatest college wrestlers of all time. One of them. 2-time gold medal winner in NCAA D1 wrestling, 19-2 in MMA. 5 of his wins he got by punches, so you thought he would have been able to pack some kind of punch, but the dude came in there out of shape. He got got his clock cleaned. I think it was an early stoppage, but you know, whatever. I think it was kind of fixed. It looked a little bit staged towards the end when how they stopped it, but whatever. It was anybody who paid money for that, shame on you. But you know, I got some good laughs out of it. I watched the whole entire fight on YouTube for free.
There you go.
I actually bet on that on the first round knockout.
Did you?
Yep.
On my bookie?
Yep.
Now, who'd you bet to win though, Askren or
Jake Paul.
Oh, really?
I truthfully I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually really like Jake Paul. Like, the dude is definitely an asshole, but for him to use his star power just from being some little YouTuber to blowing up and getting everybody so pissed, and now even after this knockout, he's got people talking so much smack on his Instagram. I challenge you, send the contract, this and that. Jake Paul is at this level now, so he doesn't need that because with his following, because this, let's be honest, this is saving boxing right here. So these random YouTubers.
It's true. That's true. That's what's unfortunate about it.
It's not saving boxing. This is a piece of shit. This is boring.
Viewership. Look at the money
Honestly,
coming in.
man. Like, Corey, you can laugh at it, but what other boxing thing have we discussed on this show?
Tony Harrison a little bit. Which, by the way, had a draw over the weekend.
I mean, that's because we're not really talking about no major fights have really went on.
Because
during
boxing's
the
trash right now.
Boxing's
that's the
not
problem.
trash.
When you compare,
there's Tank Davis, there's Canelo Alvarez, there's a ton of boxing.
MMA's bigger than boxing
There's
right now.
nothing with any
you
of
want to
those
say
names.
MMA's bigger than boxing?
Right.
I'll take that. But saying boxing
back
is trash
in the day,
right now.
boxing was it, man. Boxing used to be up here, and now boxing is like here to where the only buzz boxing gets is YouTube stars challenging MMA fighters.
Only reason boxing is dead because there's really the heavyweight division is not where it needs to be. But if you look at all the other classes, there are definitely some good boxers out there. Terrence Crawford, he's amazing out there.
Ask
Earl
Pete
Spence,
Davidson about them. He's gonna say, "I don't know who that is."
Hey, he's not a boxing fan. He's he's right where he belongs.
But that's
in
the
Triller.
thing. Boxing used to be transcendent, where even if you weren't a hardcore boxing fan, you used to know, Sugar Ray Leonard. You used to know Mike Tyson. You used to know all those names. Now, I honestly, I couldn't name 3 heavyweights. I could name Tyson Fury, and that's really it. Who did he fight last time? What's his name?
Come on.
I don't know. I can't remember it off the top.
I'm hoping Corey doesn't know this.
I know
Who
it.
did Fury fight last time? The dude that, say he got tired out by wearing the heavy stuff into the ring. What the hell was his name?
That guy.
Wilder? Yeah, there you go. Wilder. But look how long that took me to get to that, and that's the biggest.
Wilder, Anthony Joshua. There's guys out there. You just got to just really look at them. Boxing is not as popular as it once was, but there are still some great fighters and some great fights out there.
See, we're not discrediting the sport. The sport, I'm sure there's great fighters, but as far as a marketing tactic,
the marketing is bad because right now, society has changed. Back then, boxing used to be about I want to fight the best fighter,
right?
And it's no longer that. Now it's about if I'm going to get my face punched in or I'm going to punch somebody's face in, I'm going to go for the bag. So that's where the sport has changed and where it's becoming more diluted, and you're starting to see MMA and UFC take off because the best fighters are not ducking each other for a bag. So that's
because there's somebody in control of MMA.
Yeah,
boxing's just a bunch of individuals floating around, and then there's all these different belts that there's no longer like 2 belts that mean something. It's like, all right, I could be the champion of A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and none of those belts actually mean what they used to anymore. Like when you were the heavyweight world champion, that used to be like it. Now it's okay, how would you do at MMA? Like that's the question that comes out. So listen, I'm a boxing fan, but even I'll notice that I'm a baseball fan too, and you got to notice baseball's falling down too. So you got to look at boxing the same way. It's an old sport. Things have evolved past it, and people are falling off loving it to the point where Jake Paul is pulling in loot to fight MMA wrestlers. Like
fat loot too.
Yeah.
It's just because people want to see him get his ass kicked. It's not because he's actually good. And I don't think it's saving the sport. I think I'm not hating on Jake Paul. If you're able to sucker people to pay $50 to watch you fight,
right,
more power to you, buddy. But let's not say he's saving the sport of boxing. He's definitely not.
He's making it relevant.
Exactly.
He's making himself relevant, not boxing. No, because that's not boxing. That is a joke.
If this fight didn't happen, when would we really be talking about boxing?
We talked about what was it? The Mike Tyson
Mike
fight.
Tyson,
right?
yeah, the grandpa
old ass
fights.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that means that you guys may not like Canelo Alvarez or Terrence Bud Crawford or
It's
some
not
of these other
personal.
guys.
We're not
It's not
talking
that we don't
personal.
like them. It's just that they're not on anybody's radar.
Yes.
Hey, it's on there on people's radar who watch it. So
Right.
I mean,
But
it's just not on your radar. That's cool.
But that's the point. It's now a niche sport. It used to be a global sport. It used to be something
It's not a
everybody
global
cared
sport.
about.
It's just not. It's
not
if you wanna-
popular, Corey. Whether
if you want to say it's not popular, fine. But if you want to say that Jake Paul is saving boxing, I call that a crock of crap.
Now he's
I'm
saving
sorry.
boxing.
He's not.
He's saving the sport of
he's
boxing.
That is
it
probably
relevant.
the dumbest take ever on this show.
It might be, but you can't knock the fact that he is not the one saving the sport as far as relevancy right now. Whereas people talk about UFC, people talk about boxing. Nobody's talking about boxing like they are about UFC.
But he's not saving the sport. Come
He's
on,
saving
let's
the
not
sport.
let's not talk stupid up here.
1.45
This is
million
asinine,
pay-per-views.
dog.
That number, when you look at that number,
Over 1 million
that's
pay-per-views,
saving the sport to me.
That's not saving the sport. That is
Well,
getting a cash cow and capitalizing on his popularity. That's different from. That's
That-
not saving a sport. Jake
I'm
Paul
talking
getting
from a
Jake Paul,
viewership standpoint.
from a viewership
Without
standpoint.
viewership, there is
it's-
no sport.
It's
Exactly.
it's celebrity
I know
boxing.
the sport exists. There's a boxing gym down the street. I'm not saying there's no one boxing. I'm saying this saved the sport as far as viewership in the media realm.
Okay, y'all got it.
right.
I think that's the dumb take, but okay.
Personal opinion.
So the last Tyson Fury fight, 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. Jake Paul, 1.45. So, I mean, numbers are numbers, Corey. Like, you can say what you want, but there's more people wanting to watch this exhibition than actual
Because they
real
want to
boxing.
see him get his block knocked off, not because he's like, oh, we're about to come in here and see Jake Paul's excellence, overhand rights and him throwing the jab. No, they're paying
But
to
can
see
you
him
admit
finally
that
get
more
his
people
ass
are
kicked.
interested in seeing that than actual boxing right now?
Okay, so say that. Don't say he's saving the sport.
He's making
that's
it
the
more
take,
relevant.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all got it.
I mean, show
Y'all
me
got it. Y'all
show me
got it.
numbers to the
Y'all
contrary.
got it.
You're
This is.
thinking
I don't know
too
what we
deep
arguing
on
here.
this.
This is a joke.
I just want to see numbers to the contrary, and I'll agree with you.
You know what's funny, Corey, is I do think this is a joke.
Right.
It's a fact that
Right.
that
It
fight
sucks.
over the weekend was the main event.
And
It's a joke.
how is this weather, guys? We have great weather going on today.
Look, just because
It
you're
is.
losing the argument doesn't mean
Oh,
you got
I'm not losing
pivot.
the argument.
You're pivoting because you're losing.
I'm not,
That's okay.
I'm not pivoting.
That's okay. That's okay.
If you guys
We'll go
need
to
to think
Fish.
that you're winning the argument, then cool.
I'm not
Whatever-
winning.
whatever-
I'm winning. I'm proving it. I showed you numbers.
if just because you talk louder doesn't mean that you're proving the argument.
But the numbers, Corey. Will you acknowledge the numbers?
I acknowledge the numbers,
Then what
but it's
other
not
argument is
saving
there?
the sport. It's,
Then what other
okay.
argument is there?
Okay.
Wait, real quick. What's your definition of saving the sport? Because you're taking my definition of this way out of context.
I got.
Point proven. Thank you very
No,
much.
it ain't no
All right,
point
Fish.
proving, but
Point proven.
Because you're not proving any points.
it's better. You know what? For me, it's better to stay silent and let people think that you don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
'cause
about.
you're
Then
wrong.
to open your mouth and
When you're
confirm
wrong,
it, just like you
that's-
just did.
That when you're wrong, that's when you do. Silence is the
no,
way.
no.
On a sports show, and you can't defend this argument, and you're silent, means you're
No,
wrong.
I'm silent because I don't want people to confirm that that I'm an idiot like this. This is stupid.
Besides feelings,
I don't have any feelings. This is just-
what statistics are you going off of?
Statistics because of a pay-per-view buy?
Well, that's how you indicate interest.
That's
Okay.
success. You determine success.
If nobody was watching, nobody would be watching.
So if LeBron James fought Michael Jordan in an MMA fight and it did 3 million buys, did they save MMA?
Yeah, 'cause
MMA's not dying though.
I'm just saying, did they
You
raise the
already
attraction to
admitted
MMA?
that
then?
MMA is
does that
bigger
raise
than
the
boxing.
okay? If LeBron,
If
does that
they
raise
did
the attraction?
boxing, yes, it would make boxing more relevant.
100,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
Hey, your sister got it. It's celebrity boxing, not real boxing. Let's
But
get her
that's
up
what
here.
it's come
That's
to.
the point. That's what we're trying to make.
I'm not
Celebrity
happy.
boxing is more important than real boxing to more people right now.
Okay.
It is. The
What's the-
pay-per-view
what-
numbers prove it.
What's the biggest boxing fight of the year, Corey? Thus far.
It hasn't been. The year just started. It ain't really been no
half
fights.
of the
How
year
about
almost.
last year?
What Tyson Fury? What was the pandemic?
We're still in a pandemic.
Now
And
we're
we're
going to
gonna
use
be fighting
pandemic
for it.
as an
All right.
excuse. All right.
I ain't know, man. I ain't
Fish,
making
what you
excuse,
got,
okay.
Fish?
COVID. I'm blaming COVID.
Yeah, it's COVID's fault that boxing's been failing for 30 years.
Well, Corey, you're not going to like this statement. Mike Tyson claims YouTubers like Jake Paul and Logan Paul saved boxing.
But
He
Mike
said-
Tyson don't know
Mike
shit
Tyson
about
don't know
boxing.
shit.
Mike Tyson said,
Thank you
boxing
very
was
much,
pretty
Mikey
much a
Tyson."
dying sport. Boxing is going back thanks to the YouTubers boxing.
And Mike Tyson is always blowed out of his mind and whatever. So Mike Tyson says one thing and says another.
It's one of the greatest boxers
Right.
you're gonna just discredit.
Right. So,
Corey,
I mean, if he's willing to argue with Mike Tyson, he ain't going to give us an inch.
I'm just saying, I'm not happy at all with any of this.
Right.
I'm just saying it as I see it.
What I am happy about, though, Snoop Dogg and Pete Davidson singing. Did you guys see this?
We got the funk, hey, gotta have that funk too. We want the funk, hey, gotta have that funk too. We want the funk, hey. Well, guess what? We want Jake Paul, and he comes.
Another one saving boxing Snoop Dogg with his commentary.
Honestly, saving
Ryan
commentating.
Ogden making sense right here. One pay-per-view doesn't save a sport. Jake Paul is a joke and is making a joke out of the sport. That's exactly what he's doing. He's making a mockery out of boxing.
And I
He
agree
is.
with that.
He is, but that's only because boxing sucks so bad that this is happening. Because
Yep.
no boxer's stepping up to fight him.
This is an embarrassment to the sport.
Right. It's
no
embarrassing,
boxer's
man.
going to lower himself to knock out Jake Paul.
Yes, do it. Do it and show him. What you got?
Hey, Corey, how many YouTube stars you see fighting in the UFC right now? Exactly. They don't need to do that because the sport's not dying. And I
Dana
think
White
it's-
ain't letting that happen.
It's short-term growth.
Well,
It's
Come on, Mike. I
short-term
know you
for
didn't get
them.
on mic
Yeah.
to make that point.
But that is the difference. Is Dana
That's what I'm
White has
saying.
full control over MMA and how they
Exactly.
fight. Boxing has lost
Yeah.
itself throughout the years. I mean, like since I was a kid, it's deteriorated to the point where it's at now, to where Jake Paul's
Yeah.
the biggest name in boxing.
It's short-term growth. Long-term, it's not going to sustain itself. But short-term, it's a big bag for everybody, which it's killing it, but it sucks.
Right.
Next fight coming up June 16th. JoJo Siwa, YouTube star, taking on. Name another YouTuber. I don't know another one.
Well, at least let's show us the KO right now. And this is how it all went down. This was the end of the fight, and it was quick. It was painless. Left, right, and down you go.
Night, night.
And we all move on with our lives.
Night, night.
Best part of this was Snoop Dogg saying, "Get my motherfucking money."
Yeah.
Get my money. Well, they said that Askren bet on himself to lose as well.
I mean,
Took a dive.
That's right.
if I look like that, well, I do look like that. I would lose. I would bet on myself to lose too. You know when they do the jumping up, like to get ready for the fight?
Right.
You see his gut moving up and down. It honestly
Dude.
gave me hope.
He was
did.
fat. He was definitely fat going
Definitely
into that
was.
fight, and he got knocked out. And Joey, you wanna talk about 8 Mile?
Honestly, we just got to celebrate on this one right here. Got to
Pour
pour
some
one
out to the death of boxing.
We got to pour one out to the death of boxing. 8 Mile vodka. You know, we always talk about 8 Mile because this is just, first off, we love supporting local. It's a born in Detroit brand right here in my hand, and it's something that you could get in your hand right now if you go to your local Meijer, if you go to a lot of party stores in the Metro Detroit area. Go say what up to all my cousins that's running them, and get yourself a bottle because it is the smoothest vodka out there right now. 8 Mile. We love them so much, and yes, born in Detroit.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back. It is the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. We just got done talking about the Askren-Paul fight over the weekend, and now moving on to Detroit stuff. And our big three, not talking about the automotive big three, talking about our rookies. The Detroit Pistons rookies had a pretty nice weekend. And, you know, Isaiah Stewart looking like every bit of a beast that he should be. Killian Hayes, I mean, he had an assist this weekend that was out of this world, and Sadiq Bey has just been slow and steady all season long. So really the question, we put it up on our Twitter yesterday. Out of these three rookies, which rookie is most important to the Detroit Pistons rebuild?
Wow.
And Killian Hayes got 49%.
You know why, though? Killian
D.
Hayes got the biggest fan base from overseas, and I guarantee you that's a little part of that because we haven't even seen enough of Killian Hayes. And you look at the other two, Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart, they have been performing game in and game out.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Killian Hayes is probably the most important because obviously he was the number 7 overall pick, and if that point guard pans out, then our team's in a much better position than just Bey and Stewart panning out. But at the same time, I mean, Isaiah Stewart had 21 rebounds in one game this weekend. Like, dude was a monster on the boards, and we've seen here in the past with Ben Wallace and, you know, those types of players that they make a big difference too. So to me, it's between Stewart and Killian, but also Bey. I mean, I just love that we're able to have this conversation right now as you see Stewart just getting rebounds, tap-ins, elbowing people in the face. Dude is just a monster. Look at him sealing him on the block. You got nothing for Beef Stew. Nothing.
And that's the thing. I mean, right now we're at a point where even with Beef Stew and Sadiq Bey, like, we didn't expect this out of them. So when you talk about who's the most important for our future, I mean, we invested everything we got right now. And I know you pissed, Dick. We did not get Halliburton with that pick. We got Killian Hayes. So we already invested that number 7 pick for him, that he truthfully is the most important, because if this does pan out, this is a perfect 2020 NBA draft.
Hey, Troy Weaver, or as I like to call him, Trade Weaver, he did an excellent draft. When we're talking about the most important Pistons, you got to go off of the recency. You know, what have you done for me lately? And if I look at all the rookies, as much as I love Isaiah Stewart, I mean, he's doing great. He had some plays over the weekend. Greg Kelser said it best. He was like one of those when he had that 21 rebound game. He said he was rebounding like Andre Drummond, but blocking shots like Ben Wallace. And I was kind of feeling that comment. But when you're talking about the Pistons' future, you got to go off of what you've seen so far. And right now, it's got to be Sadiq Bey. The Pistons need a shooter. They needed a shooter, and they got one. He's currently their 3rd leading scorer, one of their best shooters on the team. Currently, they're one of their best three-point shooters at 37%. He won Player of the Week honors in 1 week in February. And the great thing about him is he brings the scoring, and he plays on both. He plays great defense as well. Now, I did one thing. I was looking at a comparison when the Pistons are like 6-5 when Sadiq Bey scores at least 17 points. So they need to continue to get the ball to him more. But I believe he's going to be the guy that's going to be here for the future, because they got rid of Luke Kennard. They needed to keep bringing another three-point shooter. They got him, and I believe he's a lot more athletic and will be a better long-term asset. The thing about Isaiah Stewart, I like him here, but I don't think that you can find another Isaiah Stewart. I don't think you can find some of these other pieces. Hopefully Killian Hayes does pan out, because then Killian Hayes would be, of course, the number 1. But as of right now, I think it's Sadiq Bey.
I mean, there's a case for all of them that can be made. And, you know, looking at their stats, and we have that Killian pass from this weekend. I want to show this pass off, man. He took it left-handed, chucked it sidearm around a defender, like spun the ball. Like,
it was bowling. This was bowling, and you put a spin on it.
And, of course, it's to Sadiq Bey, who has a nice little turnaround layup.
That's got to be pass of the year right there.
I mean, if that was LaMelo Ball or that was somebody else that the media loved, like, honestly, SportsCenter gave that love over the weekend, and all the big people gave it love. But if that was LeBron making that pass, oh my God, they would have gone nuts for it. But obviously it's Killian Hayes, so we're not going to get the love that we should out of it. But damn, to me, that's one of the best passes I've seen in at least a year.
Yeah, it was a nice pass. I got to give it to him. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, Killian looks good. And if we break down their stats for the season, you know, there was one game this weekend, the one I was talking about. Isaiah Stewart, 15 points, 21 rebounds. Killian Hayes, 9 points, 7 assists, 5 steals, filling up all the stat sheet. And then you got Sadiq Bey, 18 points and 6 rebounds. So when those three are playing like that, God, our future looks bright for the Pistons. And then you go and look at, you know, their season totals. Not as impressive when you break down the season totals. Like Isaiah Stewart, 7.6 rebounds and a block a game. Killian Hayes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists a game. And Sadiq Bey, 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist a game. So they have their moments, but overall this whole season, average.
I want to see more. I believe that Isaiah Stewart has the potential to be better down the line, but right now, just being up front, and I did the comparison on this, he's like what the Pistons wanted Jason Maxiell to be back in the day.
Oof.
Here's the comparison. Stewart is 6'8" and 250. Maxill is 6'7" and 260. Now I'm going to compare when they both are getting 20 minutes per game, because this season Isaiah Stewart is averaging around 21 minutes per game, and Jason Maxill, he didn't start averaging around 20 minutes per game until his third year. Now Stewart right now is averaging 7.1 points per game, 6.3 rebounds, and a block. Maxill, in that 20 minutes per game, 7.9 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, and a block. And now it's coming off the bench on a 59-23 Pistons team that was eventually lost to the Big Three Celtics. But I mean, Isaiah Stewart, he's getting some good numbers on a pretty bad team. I want to see him improve over the next couple of years. He could end up being more important than Saddiq Bey, but I think right now you got to go off of Bey.
And I'm just happy about that because this is his rookie season for all of them. So all of them to be playing at this elite level, I'm going to use that term kind of loosely because, like we keep mentioning, it's still a bad team. So to pad the stats on a bad team is not impossible, but it's just the consistency right now that I'm loving about this team.
Yeah, and it's just been good to see. I mean, it's good to see a plan come together. Not to quote Hannibal from A-Team, but that's kind of what we're doing here. We're watching this come together, and when you have weekends like we just had with the young rookies showing out, and it's really, this is what we talked about at the beginning of the season. Listen, I'm not going to judge them on the first, second, or third month of the season. I'm going to judge them on the last 2 months of the season and see how far they progress, where these guys are going, and, you know, if we're seeing just constant growth out of them. And I think Dwayne Casey's done a hell of a job. I know people are calling for Casey's job, which I've heard. I don't understand that. The guy, he's handed this team. Nobody's going to win with this team, so why be mad at Casey?
We saw it all on social media.
Right.
Why are you not playing Sekou? Why are you not playing Sekou? And then it comes out as far as his development and his practice and everything. They're just not seeing what they want to see out of him. So you got to respect that. You know, he's not just giving into what all the fans are saying because he's seeing something that us as viewers of the game don't see. And it's just the whole player development. That's what he's so good at, is the player development and rebuilding of a team.
I also think that Sekou just might be a liability to what they got going on right now, and they're covering him up by not playing him because, granted, they're going to lose games, but if you're going to lose games, at least lose games with the guys that you know are going to be in the future moving forward. And I think what the Pistons are doing is they're saying it without saying it. Sekou is not going to be a part of this future starting probably this offseason.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of people talking about Bey in the chat right now. Chris James says, I'm going with Bey. Vinny says, Big Deke energy. And, you know, half of that's just because it's fun to say. Half of it's because it's true.
I mean, hey, right now it's a shooters league, and the Pistons have, over the past, I would say, 3 to 4 years, they have not had a real shooter. I mean, Luke Kennard, all right, he's good when he played.
And when he's open.
Yeah, when he's open.
Yeah.
But he's not hitting low contested shots. He's not going down there and catching oops and dunking on people.
He's not creating
He doesn't
his own
have that
shot.
athleticism. He can't create his own shot.
Right.
So that's why I'm really liking Saddiq Bey. I think he might end up being the steal of the draft, either him or Halliburton. So
yeah, I do love Halliburton, but really Killian is starting to win me over a lot. The only thing that's bothering me about Killian right now is he gets knocked over too easily.
Well, you can get in
he's
Killian,
on the ground a lot.
You can get in Killian's grill and he'll just shrivel up.
Yeah.
So that's something that Dwayne Casey and I believe Sean Sweeney, he's really big on their defense. That's something they're going to have to really figure out and address, because if defenders know they can just crowd Killian and he'll just fold like a cheap tent, that is not going to be good moving forward. And also with the Pistons having a high draft pick, you never know. They may double back and grab another point guard.
Oof. To me, that would indicate that we're already giving up on Killian if they did that.
Yeah.
I would not like that. So hopefully we don't go for a point guard in this year's draft. I'm really hoping we don't. Oh, God. Why'd you have to say that, Corey? Now I'm like, oh, my God, if they do that.
Just give us Cade. That's all we want.
I'd take Cade. I'd take Suggs. I'd take who's a kid from what's his name? Mobley. I'd like Mobley. I mean, those are 3 top guys that I would definitely take on the Pistons today if the draft started. So, Fish, you got anybody? What do you think out of these 3 rookies? Any one of them your favorite, or you like them all?
I like Killian Hayes.
You do? Just because he's French?
No, I just think he's a good basketball player.
Okay, good. Well, I know you love those Euro leagues.
I do. I am a big fan of international players.
This offseason is going to be big for him, to really just bulk up and not put on weight. It's just more so get NBA ready and get that toughness, because you see so many players, they get drafted overseas and then they get a season here in the NBA and then they get big in the offseason and the workouts and the training and really get them ready for it.
Man, look, this is what they need to do with Killian. They need to just, after this season is over, just lock Killian up in one of these Detroit gyms and just let him just go on constant runs, because then he'll get knocked on his ass a few times and he'll get the picture and then come back into the next season a lot stronger.
He should go play in Sada Baby's league.
Yeah.
Because I know Sada doesn't love him, but that would toughen him up, and there we go. Win-win for everybody.
Man, Sada end up scrapping because Sada, I love you, but Killian will whoop your ass on the court. We already
on
know
the
that.
court. On the court. Let's make sure you.
Yeah, on the court.
On the court. And we got to give a shout out to our people at Hall Financial. If your interest rate is above 3% right now, Hall Financial can make that better. And it's real easy. They do it really fast. You don't have to jump through all of those hoops. And they have lower payments, better options, and they'll give you that personal attention you deserve. I've actually been talking to them. And you know how sometimes when you call these places just asking questions, next thing you know, your phone's getting blown up like 1,500 times of them just trying to close the deal. Hall Financial is not that way. They've been working with me. It's been great. It's been really a good relationship back and forth, not somebody abusing me to get this loan, in which I've had with other loan companies. So make sure you go to Hall Financial. That is where you need to go for your next loan.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go!
In his third professional fight, Mr. I Save Boxing Jake Paul only needed 2 minutes to knock out Ben Askren. Jake Paul is now 3-0 on 3 knockouts. And this whole fight right here, man, was just with the quickness, knocked him out. And my favorite, though, in that video, Snoop Dogg yells, "Where my money at? Where my money at?" to Dana White.
Real quick, shout out to the 90% voters on our Woodward Sports poll who agree with me in saying that he's a joke and not saving boxing. You
And
guys
guess
are the
what?
smart ones.
I agree, too.
Did
He
you
is a
just
joke.
put that up?
No, I didn't put that up.
I agree.
How many votes that got, Mikey?
Tony Tone did?
Oh, so a whole boxing community's voting on it. Of course. There you go.
But Dana White made a bet saying, "I'll bet $1 million on this game," and Snoop hit him back saying, "No, let's go $2 million." So he owes him $2 million
Really?
after this fight.
No way.
Yep. Last month on Mike Tyson's Hot Boxing podcast, that all went down.
The Mike Tyson who doesn't know anything about boxing?
Yes, that guy.
Mike Tyson
Okay.
don't know shit about boxing.
Yep, that guy.
That guy.
Hey, put that poll up there too.
Yeah. Does Mike Tyson know anything about boxing?
Hey, do it. Hey, man, hey, when you do it, make sure you tag me and Mike Tyson to it.
Yep.
Say I said it.
Yep.
And also say that Corey will whoop Jake Paul's ass in the next boxing match. On Thursday, the Tigers were 6-6, and we were so proud of them.
Yes.
They're at 500. Season's looking good. Well, not looking so good after that, because we woke up today. The Tigers 6-10 after losing 4 straight on the road against the Oakland A's.
Yeah, baseball, man. It giveth and it taketh away. Like, you know, we had a good conversation with our boy Chris, too, about how exciting the Tigers were looking. The next thing you know, 4 in a row. Bap, 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 bap. Done.
So all the way downhill, and we produced 20 runs against the Astros in the
But
series
Baddoo-
right before this.
Baddoo making that catch in the outfield, though.
See, he can't only hit. Dude is going to be a great player for us. I'm excited about that, but not excited about 4 straight losses. Trevor Lawrence is already committed to Jacksonville, donating $20,000 to charities in the area. Before the draft even went down, he put this tweet out there. He's already thanking the fans out there before even really getting drafted. So it's safe to say that we could just start with the New York Jets at this point in the draft.
Yeah, honestly, I tweeted that out over the weekend, too. And you know, I like the end part. Can you throw that tweet back up? I like the end part of this is kind of like cover your ass. Thanks again. We hope to be a part of your community soon. Like you know you're a part of their community. What do you mean hope?
I would just love if the draft happened and then with the first pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson.
There's Zach Wilson.
Mac Jones.
Oh my God, the world would implode. Adam would just come in here and light this whole studio on fire.
Dude, like, it's crazy because this is like, even with him coming out and saying that in a tweet, just shows you that this is a certain, in my eyes, 99.99%, because I'm still putting this bet on there that Trevor Lawrence isn't the first pick, because that would be like a plus like 50,000.
Yes.
I want to see. I gotta find this bet as to what this would be for him not to be selected first. Steph Curry, this dude is just nasty. Dropped 47 points, and this crazy three-pointer and one with his left hand. This dude's could ball better than us with his left hand. Did you see this one right here?
No, I didn't. Oh, jeez.
Like, he's just too good.
What's a better shot, that or the Luka game winner?
That
take
one.
away
No,
the game. Take
no.
away the game winner part.
Dude, that was left-handed.
I know, but Luka's shot was looking at the floor, throwing it up.
I'm going with the lefty.
You
You
going
ever
with
try
lefty?
shooting lefty?
Yeah, dude, I can't do anything with my left hand.
I'll go with Luka only in the sense that anytime Steph Curry shoots the ball, I expect him to make it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
He make it with no hands. Miles Bridges, this guy is still on fire. The former MSU Spartan, really trying to get this Dunk of the Year award. He just gave him another candidate on this one.
Ooh, Jesus, man. Like, when did this show up?
My mind is blown.
How do you do?
I mean, if you want to be real about it, the Hornets they a great team? No, but they have Devontae Graham, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, LaMelo Ball. Though, if anything else, those guys are hoopers. So they're probably in the gym talking some trash and playing some real basketball. And everybody's feeding off of each other, this is the best. Even though they're not a great team, this is still the best Hornet team I've seen in a while.
I'm just proud of you for including Gordon Hayward in that mix.
I mean, Gordon Hayward can ball.
That recovery story alone, man.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Throw him on the list.
Man, he had such potential before he snapped his damn leg in half. Oof.
I'll never
Tough
forget
injury.
that video.
Yeah, it's a tough injury. What was that, first game of the Celtics, too?
Yeah.
That was tough.
So the Hawks are 4th in the East, currently 31-26. Do you think they have a chance at winning it all?
Winning it all?
Winning it all this season.
No.
So they're talking with Shaq, and he thinks that they are just there because this is what he had to say.
I think the Hawks are 2 players away, Chuck.
Yeah.
2?
LeBron and
Yeah, 2.
Anthony Davis.
I mean, if you had LeBron and AD, okay.
Yeah, I think every team is a LeBron and AD away from winning the championship.
I was dying when Barkley said that.
Astute analysis.
I love Shaq.
So good right there. Yeah, we talked about Killian Hayes just now and our Pistons rookies balling out. This beautiful pass. In my vote, pass of the season right here. Looking like he's bowling right here. Putting some spin on that ball to Sadiq Bey.
Dude, what a great pass, man. You see people try to make that pass all the time, and it's usually kicked by the defender or thrown out of bounds or fumbled by the guy running the court trying to pick it up. Like that, if that's an indication of what this kid's going to bring, because we've already seen him throw like alley-oops over his head. We've seen a couple great passes. So passing is where it's at with Killian Hayes. And if we can get him to average maybe 10 and 15 assists.
I want 15 points out of him.
Yeah, I'm not worried about points with him. Points are fine.
Yeah.
If we can get him to the 10 to 15 assists a game mark, he will be elite.
Yes.
10 to 15 assists?
Yeah.
Any point guard would be
15
elite.
assists? You're 15 assists a game. You're better than James Harden.
Well, at passing,
But,
okay.
yeah, passing, but
Not
minus
shooting.
the 50 points per game he averages.
I want him to be like a Jason Kidd type player. That's what I'm looking for.
Consistency,
out of
like you know what you're getting.
What I want to see out of Killian Hayes first is I want to see his confidence grow just on being on the court. And then I think as his confidence grows, everything else is going to start coming into play because you've seen his tape from overseas. The kid can ball. He's just having a hard time adjusting to the NBA speed. And once he's able to get more consistent run out there on the court, and now that he doesn't have those old veterans in the way in his ear, now he just has his coaches in his ear. I think Killian Hayes is going to be just fine. I'm looking for him right now next year. If he can be next year like 13 points and around 9 assists, then cool, I'm with that.
That's perfect. Yeah, Jason Kidd for his career, 8.7 assists. So if he's right at that 9-8 mark, I'll be extremely happy with Killian Hayes.
Yes, the Detroit Red Wings tonight taking on the Stars. Following a 4-0 shutout, we need to bounce back because Chicago Blackhawks whooped our ass over this weekend. I don't want to see another shutout. And some local news to end this. Late Tuesday, so tomorrow night going into Wednesday. Guys, it's not over.
What?
3 to 4 inches of snow.
What?
Coming our way.
Lying.
I'm not joking.
I'm looking at my weather app right now. There's no way we're
I'm
getting
not
snow.
It's going to snow on
Joey
420?
is not lying. That's a real thing.
It's snowing on 420.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 45 degrees tomorrow. How's it gonna snow?
Overnight.
Yeah, overnight.
3 to 4 inches.
Joey's not lying. It's going to snow on Tuesday night into Wednesday.
Tuesday
morning.
into Wednesday.
Yes.
I'd like to bet on this. Would you guys like to?
It's going to start like early Wednesday morning, like midnight. It's going to continue throughout the morning on Wednesday.
Beautiful.
It's going to be hell.
It's going to be hell.
We got to deal with it.
Yeah. No, that's part of living in Michigan, Fish. We're never quite out to shit till like July. July is the only month I believe we've never had snow in.
Yep.
Just wait on it.
Just wait.
The best part about this is we go to Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton. They already got rid of all their winter gear because they are moving it on. All the new styles in there and get you fitted right now at bridgestreetexchange.com. If you're an online shopper, just go there, use the code word WSN for 15% off your entire order. You always see me wearing Carhartt because I love this brand. It's just one of my favorite Michigan locally owned businesses. They have so much Michigan brands in there. So just go there and check them out for yourself. Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for being a part of the show, dropping your comments, letting us know what you think on all the debates that we're having this morning. Something interesting caught my eye over the weekend, and we got a couple minutes before Adam's bet, so I wanted to touch on this with everybody. The last time an NBA team visited the White House was 2016. The Lakers were scheduled to do it again this year, but due to some scheduling and some COVID issues, they're saying they are not going to visit the White House. Do you guys think that whole tradition is just done by now?
Nah.
No? You think it'll pick back up eventually?
I think it'll pick back up. It's all. First off, let's talk about NFL teams real quick. NFL teams, they've only been going to the White House since like the 80s, and even then, there are several times when offers got rescinded or things got canceled. I think like there was 3 times during the Clinton administration the offers got pulled off the table. So and then with the basketball teams, with the last previous presidency, none of those guys got invites. So I think
I think they all got invites. They just all turned them down.
Nope.
No.
I can go. I actually wrote down the list. Here are the teams that were not invited to the White House during the last administration. The 2016-17 South Carolina Gamecocks women's team. That was the first time in 34 years that a women's national championship team did not get invited to the White House.
Got it. Okay.
Then you got the Golden State Warriors 16-17. 2017 Minnesota Lynx WNBA Women's Championship Team, 2017-2018 men Villanova men's basketball team.
Now was this? Sorry to interrupt you. Now was this a situation where? Because I'm reading some of it too. Like Trump says he doesn't want the Warriors or the Cavs at the White House. But it was also, he said that if they don't want to be here, I don't want them here. So is this them uninviting or just never inviting?
No, some of them were invited, and then the offer got pulled back. These teams were strictly not invited.
Okay, all right.
It was 2017-18 Notre Dame women's team, 2018 Seattle Storm, 18-19 men's Nova men's basketball team. Now the women's teams did get invited back, and they went during the 2018-19 Baylor women's basketball team. That brought them back. All of the Super Bowl teams, they've been invited. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's really up to the president, who's the person who's in office and whatnot. It's just one of those hit or miss things. So I think that it may pick back up, but right now, I don't think it's bright for any team to go to the White House right now. The pandemic is still going on. You still need the social distance. I don't think that going to the White House right now is that big of a deal. But I think as times get better, we start learning more and more what COVID is and how to handle it. I think the tradition will pick back up. Just right now, it might be on pause.
Yeah, I'm just worried if like the luster has worn off. Like, all right, it's been 5 years. Like 5 years is a long time. So by the time it picks back up, is it just going to be like, and I honestly think the White House, like the symbolism of it isn't what it used to be. Like it used to be, I get to meet the president, whether I disagree with him or not. I get to meet the highest office in the land. And now it's, I just think the luster's worn off.
No, I think it's still there because even after the Lakers won, they were, LeBron James and Draymond Green publicly talked about it. They were excited to go to the White House. Just like right now, but the things are still the way they are. I think the luster only wore off because it hasn't really been common the past 4 years.
Right, and that's
because
that's what I'm saying. Is this going to continue?
No, it's not going to continue because
what year do you think it'll pick back up then?
Probably next year.
Okay,
I'll say probably next year or 2023. Just to let things calm down a little bit more. Let's call a spade a spade. The previous presidency, athletes, they butted heads. So now that situation is removed and things may go back to normal.
Yeah, but to me, in politics, there's always going to be half that butts heads regardless. And, over the past 5 years, it turned into this group doesn't like this group. And, okay, well, if I don't like you, I can't even talk to you or shake your hand. I'm not going to show up. And it's turned into, well, if you're not going to show up, you're not even invited. And it's just been kind of contentious
but also
and weird.
You don't have a guy in office telling NFL owners to get the son of a bitch off the field because he's kneeling. So it's like it's a let's just call it what it is. There was some tension between athletes,
but there's always been.
And there's always tension. But there's a difference between, hey, I don't like your politics, as opposed to, hey, they really don't like the guy's message and how demonstrative he is against a certain segment of people. So that's I believe that is what is operating here, whether people want to admit it or not. And now that situation is gone, things may go back to normal, things may not. Who knows? Just right now, I just don't think that it's a big deal because you still got to figure out what's going on with this virus.
If I get an invite, I'm going to check it out. I don't care who's in the office because that's the thing for me. It's beyond just the individual there. It's like you not liking a player on a sports team and not going to go watch that game. Well, and it doesn't do that for me.
Well, and to me, like, if you don't like somebody, you don't like their policies, what better time to tell them than right to their face? Like, to me, that's just me, though. I understand how people don't want to be confrontational. They don't want to make it awkward. But, there's been situations like that whenever any championship team has visited the White House. Because, let you in on a little secret, every team isn't politically aligned in every single facet of life. They all have different beliefs, and that, some people vote Republican, some people vote Democrat, some people vote Independent, and that's that way no matter where you work, whether it's a sporting team, whether it's the post office, whether, you're working at a coffee shop.
I'm pretty sure a lot of those athletes did not like George Bush's politics, but guess what? They still went to the office, and they had those disagreements. It was just the person. Just that simple.
Yeah, which is weird to me, like it... It's petty, but
not
it is
weird
what you
to me
want to
because
do.
I'm definitely not going to go where I know I'm not wanted.
Yeah, see,
and the thing is,
if I know I'm not wanted somewhere and I have an invite, I'm going.
And I just listed off a whole bunch of teams who did not even get an invite, so they can't go where they're not invited.
Yeah, the not invited thing, I completely understand, and that's why I wanted to clarify. Were they just not invited, or
they
was
were just not invited at all? They some teams got invited, and some teams got invited and didn't rescinded their offer. But I mean, this is not news. Players have skipped out before. I mean, I got more stats. Jordan skipped the White House visit to go golf. Larry Bird.
Well, it's because Jordan had been there 6 times by then.
Right. Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Cedric Maxfield. They all skipped in '94 with Reagan. It's
been happening forever.
It's been happening.
But this is just now we're 5 years deep with teams not going. Those are individual players where the rest of the team goes. Because even when the Patriots went, there were certain Patriots that didn't feel comfortable going and stuff like that. Now it's just been 5 years, so it's like, okay, when does this become a thing again, or is it just okay? That was a thing in the early 2000s, 90s. Now let's just move on.
Again,
I mean, when Trump gets out the office, bam, everybody gets back to it. I mean, it's no secret there.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's call a spade a spade.
Oh, yeah, no, believe me, I understand. I just think, like I said, listen, if I disagree with somebody and personally I don't like them and I have an opportunity as an invite to sit down with them, I ain't running from it. I'm going and I'm addressing my issue with them.
Yeah, I feel like things attached to Trump's name, especially these last couple of years, obviously, it viewed it more as what are other people going to think of me when I do go. Because I guarantee you there was a bunch of players that were like, oh, I still want to go. Whether they like Trump, they don't like Trump, they still want to go. So it goes both ways.
If you think some of those players really want to go, okay, some of those players did want to go, but for a majority, nah. A lot of those athletes
and like
were very
I said, you used the word majority, and I said some of those players. Thanks for proving my point.
I'm just saying, this is whatever.
I mean, you have to admit, half the country voted for him. And half
I'm not acknowledging that. I'm just saying, I cannot go where I'm not invited.
Right. But I'm saying the Lakers were invited, and the teams have been invited.
Who said that?
This year they were invited. Yes,
but
that's what we're
the thing
talking
is,
about,
they're
Corey.
not going this year because of COVID. We have to be able to compartmentalize the differences between them not going the past couple of years and why they're not going right now. We got to be able to.
So let's talk 2 years ago. Let's take out this year and let's take out last year.
They weren't invited.
Okay, but the teams that were invited, all I'm saying is that I know that there were some players that wanted to go,
right?
And I know that there were some players that did not want to go.
The teams that were invited, they went and they were treated to a nice fast food meal.
Yeah, was that Clemson?
Clemson. There was a few other teams too.
Yeah, they got a McDonald's for Clemson. And that was, oh my God, they got McDonald's for college students. Like it became a whole scandal for some reason.
And now pay them.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when this trend kicks back up. If moving forward next year, Corey seems to think it's next year. I don't know. I seem to think that it's just not as novel as it used to be to go to the White House. And that's just, is it something that went away just because of one president? Or like you said, people didn't show up for Clinton, people didn't show up for Bush. And now is it just, that's just the way it's going to be moving forward? Time will tell, but it's an interesting conversation to have.
Again, you got to get invited to be able to go.
Right, but we're talking about the people that got invited and didn't go.
This is right here, the one scenario. Because most of the teams that went, they got invited. I mean, most of the teams that invited, they went.
When we first started this, you said people didn't go see Clinton even though they were invited, correct?
You dropped a few names.
No, I said Clinton rescinded the invitation on 3 teams. I didn't say that he rescinded it because of things that were going on. I'll go over them right here. One of them was because of the Gulf War. He rescinded it. Another one was because of his scandal he had. He rescinded the offer then, and then the other ones were with the impeachment. He rescinded the offer. Those 3 teams got invited, and then Clinton rescinded the offer. That's why they didn't go.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll find out. I mean, politics are going to be a part of this country forever, and there's going to be hopefully more than 2 sides eventually. I mean, to me, that's the one thing that we're missing, not to get too political, is a third party, because, not everybody fits into these 2 boxes. And that's where we need to get to, is some centrism. That's what I'll say about that. So coming up next, we got money for you to win, and everybody likes money. Whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, we want to get you free money, and that's the best kind of money. Adam's bets are up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys and ladies. This is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us, being a part of the chat, and letting us know what you think. I mean, a lot of people fired up thinking about the president and what was going on before and why
That'll
people
get them.
aren't-
That'll get them.
Yeah, that guy's still polarizing, man. Don't let people have mind control over you like that. That's my advice. Speaking of mind control, the smartest bettor that I know is here, and his name is Adam. What's up, Adam?
Man, what's up, guys? How was your weekend?
Pretty good, man. I went up to the cabin. Woody got in the water for the first time.
Hey.
My
He
dog
probably loved it.
likes the lake. So,
He's a good dog.
He's a Michigan dog?
Yeah, good Michigan dog. I can't wait to throw something and have him jump off the dock. Like that's what I'm waiting on, for the water to warm up. I just want to get a frisbee, throw it off the dock, and you ever see those like long
They just jump. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's my favorite.
The dogs, like you ever seen it in
Just
slow
sky
motion? They
high.
look like they're flying through the air. So yeah, that's my
Do
goal by the end of the
dogs
summer.
just swim automatically?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, what, was he like in the deep end when he was in the water?
He just started walking around.
I think they
Okay.
naturally know how to paddle, so it's
Yeah.
just I think it's a natural.
And
thing
they're
for
buoyant.
Yeah.
dogs. And Stick's dog is like very compact, so
Oh.
he doesn't carry that much weight either.
Dude, he's floating automatically with that
Just-
weight. That's a thick dog.
Just a little sausage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we killed it over the weekend, man. We made good money. We bet on Jake Paul too.
Yes.
That was free money. I tried to explain to you on Friday that boxing is just a different sport. Ben Askren would probably kill him in a street fight.
In wrestling, yeah.
Or any other thing.
I
but
don't know.
in
That
boxing-
fat ass Ben Askren that showed up.
Yeah,
he
I
ain't
mean,
gonna win a
Ben
fight.
Askren would probably kick my ass. No, I mean, in a street fight, it's different. In boxing, it's more technical. It's just a different sport. So
Yeah, it's the sweet science, baby.
I'm really surprised you said that Askren had a shot, but whatever. I'll get over it.
Well, listen, I thought he did, and then I saw him at weigh-ins, and I saw him like pre-fight, and dude
Looked
had
like a balloon.
Like, dude had a.
He was on the
belly out.
Coney diet.
Yeah, he was definitely doing Coney reviews.
100%. Did one every day leading up to the fight. But I'll just get straight into my bets. The Detroit Red Wings play tonight, and Stick, you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, 5.5.
I'm gonna
baby.
take 4 hockey games tonight. The overs on the weekend did amazing, actually. I was really happy with how hockey performed over the weekend. Friday, it didn't do me that well. But you know what? I'll take the weekend success. I think it'll carry over. I'm going to go with the over in the Wings game. I'll take it as an underdog line. I love the plus 115. I'll always take it. And you'll see that plus number again later on in my bets. Then I'll take it in the Hurricanes and the Lightning game on the over at 5.5. Again, 2 high-scoring teams. It makes no sense to me. But I love this number, and I'm going to keep taking it. And then I have the Blue Jackets and the Panthers. The Blue Jackets have been super leaky defensively over their last 7 games, averaging, I believe, 3.6 goals per game against.
I like that
Really
term, leaky.
Leaky, huh? Threw me off. Stick.
Sorry, man.
Anyways, I think that game gets over 5.5 goals without hesitation. Super easy. It's actually the most favored over-under game of the night in hockey. And then I am going to take the over between the Coyotes and the Wild. And again, I'll take that at plus 105. If you can get, here's my advice, guys. If you can get the over at 5.5 with 2 competent teams, and you're getting a plus line, so basically an underdog line, to get the over at 5.5, just take it. It's a really good bet. And then my last game of the night, I'm going to take the Calgary Flames to cover the spread at 1.5 goals. They're playing one of the worst teams in the NHL in the Ottawa Senators. Calgary have been on fire as of late, averaging 3.1 goals per game over their last 4 away games. I really like this game. I'm going to take that. Again, that's also an underdog line. So this is high money potential today. I really like this bet.
I see that.
I'm putting $50 on my parlay. It'll turn into hopefully $1,679.44. Having said that, bet these individually. I'm giving you 3 underdog lines essentially. Like, you can go 3 and 2, get all 3 underdogs right, and walk out with almost double what you put in. So it's a great. I love this. This is a great line. I love this ticket. This is one of my favorite tickets I've honestly done in a while. Forget the parlay, honestly. The fact that I can get 3 underdog lines on the board, 2 of them being the over at 5.5, which obviously I love, and then Calgary to win by 2 goals, essentially. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, I like how you went all hockey.
Yeah.
Just all hockey.
Yeah, I disregarded the Pistons playing tonight. I wasn't interested in betting with them against Cleveland. Cleveland have bitten me in the ass over the last
That
last
was
few
your
times.
bet against Cleveland
Remember?
early on in the season.
I had
It
a
was like,
vendetta
these guys
against them.
suck.
I had-
Yeah. So yeah, good bets, man. And what is your overall record so far right now?
I believe 132 and 85.
Yeah,
Yep.
132 and
That's
85.
about 62%.
That is
Which is good. Which
Yeah.
is good. Rob Coddington reached out over the weekend. He's like, "Hey, you just your bets paid my last 2 truck payments." I'm like, I was just like dying laughing. That's fucking amazing.
That's when it gets dangerously awesome.
Vinny saying your bets are locked in. Chris James saying he's trying your bets today. So
All
a lot
right.
of pressure on you, man.
All
A
right,
lot of
Kevin.
pressure.
Was it Kevin that said that?
No, Vinny and Chris.
Chris? All right, Chris, make sure you bet each one individually. Feel free to parlay it, but make sure you bet individually. You'd be much happier.
Did Vinny get the W too? Because I know
Vinny did get
we
the W.
insured.
Yep, we bet the under on the Pelicans game and the Wizards at 241.5. It finished under and it went to overtime, which was absolutely nerve-wracking. It almost went to double overtime. I was ready to kill myself that day. Jesus.
Well, thank you, Adam, for coming on with your bets. Why don't you run through them one
Yep,
more time real
absolutely.
quick, just in case someone just tuned in or they missed it. And like always, we post these up on our social media so you guys can go see them and really dive into Adam's bets. Go ahead,
Yeah, I
buddy.
love it. I'm going all NHL tonight. I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to pull a Sean Baligian and just watch hockey all night. I'm going to take the Wings and Stars over 5.5. I get that on an underdog line. I'll take the Hurricanes Lightning. Basically even money, flip of a coin on the over-under. This one's definitely going over. You have 2 high-scoring teams here. You can't go wrong. Like I said earlier, Blue Jackets have one of the more leaky defenses over the last 7 games. I love this game against the Panthers. Panthers know how to get the puck in the net. I'll take the over at 5.5. And, of course, I'll finish the over lines just with the Wild and Coyotes. And I get that at an underdog line. I love it. You can't go wrong betting the over at 5.5. And then you actually can't get even more wronger betting the over at 5.5 when it's an underdog. So I love the line there. And then I'll take Calgary to cover as an underdog as well. They're playing one of the worst teams in hockey, and the Senators. I can't get over it. I love all these picks. I've never done a full NHL ticket, but this is probably my favorite one I've done since we've started this.
All right, so get in on the bets, and the easiest way to do it is make sure you go to mybookie.com. And it's real easy to sign up. I mean, when I went in there, signed up within like 5 minutes, ready to go, and then I could bet on anything I want. If you want to pick just hockey, you want the Pistons game tonight, I mean, you want to bet on the Ben Askren Jake Paul fight like you did over the weekend, you could do that, because several books didn't have that even on for betting, but my bookie did, and you can make sure that you get a part of all the action you want to be a part of. Just make sure when you sign up, you enter promo code Woodward so we can match your first deposit.
I got something for Chris James in our chat. Chris, if you send me a screenshot of your bets that you matched mine, I will I will pay for your MyBookie account. I'll hook him up with a $50 MyBookie account.
There you go, which turns into a $75 MyBookie account because
you get
we
your
match.
50% match. Yep. So Chris, send me a screenshot, and I'll DM you later today. Maybe you stop by the studio.
There we
Get
go.
you hooked up with a MyBookie account.
Adam's sliding into DMs and
That's
making
right, baby.
people's money. You're like a pimp.
Hey, you know how like there's an alternative universe that you were supposed to be in? I think I'd be a pimp in another one.
Oh, I think you're a pimp in this one.
All right, well,
Just
there
to
you
let
go.
you know. Let's take a break. When we come back, it is time for Mikey's weekend update. I'm excited for this.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Welcome back. Good morning to you. Happy Monday. It is the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And don't forget, tomorrow you can join our very own DMAC. Darren McCarty is going to be up at Green Galaxy in Flint. It's a dispensary, and obviously tomorrow is a big holiday around here. We celebrate center field at Comerica Park. We call it 420. So if you want to be a part of the celebratory mood, make sure you go see D-Mac. He's going to be at Green Galaxy from 11 a.m. till noon. And Joey, you're going to head up there too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll hang out with him.
Yeah, Joey's going to head up there. Joey doesn't smoke weed or anything like that,
Nope.
but he's going to go and make sure that D-Mac looks good, gets his pictures taken.
He needs bodyguard. That's what I'm there for.
Yeah, Joey, your security.
I'm going to be like Ben Askren looking like his bodyguard.
Yeah, so join us tomorrow, Green Galaxy Meds. It's at 408 South Center Road in Flint. Art, I'm sure Art knows all about that place since Art is the mayor of Flint. They're going to have taco trucks, giveaways. They got great deals on carts, flour, and more. Plus, you get to see a Detroit legend in Darren McCarty. So make sure you head up there tomorrow, 11 a.m. to noon with Woodward Sports. So we started this 2 weeks ago. We tried it live the first time. It was okay. Recorded the second time. Much better. And now we bring on Mikey. Everybody, welcome. Mike, what do you want to go by? Mikey, Mike, or Michael?
Mikey TikTok.
Mikey TikTok?
I'll run with it.
All right. So this is Mikey TikTok. If you don't know, obviously we're a startup network, and we've been doing this for a while here in Detroit, and we bring on interns. Mike was wandering the streets of Birmingham, just wondering where the hell he should go to find Woodward Sports, and he ended up finding a guy that worked with us. He walked him in, and Mike said, I want an internship. And we said, okay.
You get an internship.
You got an internship. And here he is. Mike, how you doing? How was your weekend, man?
You know, it was all right. I recorded my thing, studied a little bit, and I was just thinking about tomorrow. I'm probably going to be like that Will Smith meme. I'm going to be the only one in the office. It's going to be real bad.
Just looking around the empty room?
Yeah.
Why? You think because 420, this whole office is going to clear out?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well,
everyone will be physically present, but, like, I don't know if they'll be, like, present.
Well, I'll still be here all day.
Yeah, Fish will be here.
Me and Fish will be chilling out here.
You and Fish can hold it down.
Here's my thing. Is 420 really as big as it used to be? Because now with everything being, like, legal like
it's
that?
It's bigger than it used to be. Yeah.
But, I mean, like, people, if you smoke, you're smoking every single day.
Yeah, essentially.
It's just a day to celebrate and party all together.
Right. Yeah, it's nice. You know, it's just like St. Patrick's Day. If you drink a lot. But St. Patrick's Day, you drink it.
Yeah.
A little bit different. You know, you just celebrate. So, yeah, I'm excited. 420 has always been a fun holiday. I've always found myself doing random things, and nothing more random than hanging out with D-Mac at a dispensary in Flint. Like, that is probably the most random 420 that I'll ever have. So, yeah, make sure you come hang out with us tomorrow. Explain to us a little bit about your weekend update, and then throw it to it.
Yeah, so every week I just take a few sports headlines, try to make some jokes out of them, and after that I send them over to the crew, and then I come up here and I try to introduce it to you with very little planning in a very awkward manner because I'm not very comfortable on camera yet. So, without further ado. What's up, guys? I'm standing here in my room while 4 copies of MLB The Show download on my PS4 so I can write them off for tax purposes. And if you're the IRS watching, nothing's going on here. The man who accused star defensive tackle Aaron Donald of beating him up actually apologized over the weekend as he said that somebody else beat him up and he confused him for Aaron Donald. I feel terrible for this guy, but who else is built like Aaron Donald? Let's think. The Hulk, The Thing, and either Godzilla or is Godzilla real? Miguel Cabrera turned 38 this weekend, meaning there's only 400 years left on his contract. As a sports reporter, I'm obligated to tell you he looks the best he ever has in his career right now. The Super League, which I can only assume is a new Marvel movie in Europe, was formed this weekend in a major announcement. AC Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, and Tottenham Hotspur are all the founding members. I would have preferred catchier names like Iron Man or Spider-Man, but you know, it's Europe, you do what you do. I've never read European comics before, but I'm very excited for this movie. Back to you guys.
Good job, Mike. Good job, man. How you feeling? I know you said you're a little awkward on camera, but that's what I love about you is the awkwardness of this. Like that's what makes this fun.
You gotta embrace it.
Right.
So I just try to make it as awkward as possible because you guys got great chemistry up here, and I just come in and just like stare at the camera and look at you guys and end sentences randomly and make you pick up where I left off.
Can you do a Joey stare into the camera? Because a lot of people love Joey stares. That's how Joey does it.
That is exactly
deadpan. Like, I'm going to murder you and your family. That's what you need to be thinking when you're staring at the camera. What goes through your head, Joey, when you're staring at the camera for like 45 seconds?
I'm just listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just whenever the conversation's going on, I'm not talking. I'm just listening.
There's so many people comment about what is Joey doing? What's Joey smiling at? And you're just like,
you got to.
You got to. So, Mike, thank you very much. Obviously, I want to expand this. I want you to do at least 5 minutes.
Yes.
Can you come up with 5 minutes of material a weekend?
I can.
Okay, and the thing I love about Mike is his dry sense of humor, and you're very literal. And I love that because I'm very much the same way. So I laugh at all, like the whole, oh, that must be a European comic book.
Yes.
Hilarious to me. I was laughing.
I heard you. That was great.
I'm glad you heard me because I want to encourage you to keep doing these funny things.
All right.
So good job, Mike. Mike, where are you from?
I'm from Dearborn.
Dearborn?
Yeah.
And you and Adam carpool every morning?
Hell no, I'm not getting up at 5 a.m.
Well, thank you for coming on every morning or every Monday morning with us with your weekend review. We're going to do that pretty much every Monday at 9 a.m. So, Mike, make them good, make them funny, or else you're off the show.
Acceptable.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter whether you accept it or not, though.
That is true.
Mike tried to play a joke on all of us this weekend. It didn't work out in his favor. Can you describe what happened?
Okay, so I got a friend, Adam, who he runs he's a very religious Muslim, but he often posts a lot of memes on this Islamic account he has. He was in a very serious discussion with a lot of scholarly people, and he said, hey guys, I think we should look more into the writings of DN. And someone asked, well, who is DN?
DN, like the letter D.
DN.
Yep. Uh-huh.
And he hit them with D's nuts. So I kind of was very bored at like 11 p.m. on Saturday, so I did what most people do and decided, let me text all my coworkers because they want to hear from me. And I kind of did it to a couple people. I don't know if are we gonna pull it up?
I'm looking at mine to just see what I replied to.
Yeah, well, I asked Stick. I said, hey, Stick, you think I can bring DN on the show? And Stick, just not caring, just goes, sure. Yeah.
That was my response. It says, hey, is it okay if I put DN on my segment for the show?
That's a very Stick response. Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, sure. You want to put DN in there? If it's funny, let's put it in there. Let's roll.
Well, I got scared because I was like, okay, I've done it to... I got Adam first. Adam was upset. And I got Justin and Nick, and then I got a few other people.
You have the Adam screenshot?
Yes. And so I ended up doing it to Justin as well, and his response was, in my opinion, the best. He just kind of, yeah. So I tried to...
What was Adam's voice note? Because Adam always sends voice notes, and I saw he replied.
That was great. Okay, you got me. Nice job, man. Okay. And then I tried it on Darren McCarty. I said, hey, D-Mac, in your career, did you ever fight DN? And he replied with, who? And I got scared, and I didn't send it. So that's how my weekend went.
So you chickened out on saying D's nuts to Darren McCarty?
Yes.
Ah, you wuss.
Why would you be scared to say that?
Right.
I don't know.
I'm afraid he's going to murder me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mike, for coming on, and thank you for trying to get us all with your DN jokes. But yeah, that's the way I am. If you want to put something in there, put it in there. If it sucks, I'm going to let you know it sucks, so it's on you. So if DN's in there next time, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one, Mike.
Thank you. You guys too.
Yeah, thanks for making this awkward.
This is the most awkward exit every
most
single
awkward
week.
ending ever. Let's take a break. When we come back, we got to talk about Yabba Dabba Doo. Our boy, Akil Baddoo, at it again. We want to compare his first 10 games to other players in Major League Baseball. We'll do it next on the Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Welcome back. It's the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you to everybody watching us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere that you can possibly get us, and downloading the app, which is available for you in all the Apple and Google Play stores. So we talked a little bit about rookies for the Pistons earlier in the show, and then obviously the rookie that everybody's been talking about for the Tigers, Akil Baddoo. And I wanted to, everybody's been hyped up about, okay, is this going to last? Is this something that we can bet on going forward? And, the conversations have been, well, there's a Chris Shelton situation, but there's obviously players that start out hot and end up hot for their whole careers. So going through Baddoo's first 10 games, he's 10 for 31, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, and then the only really bad thing on here is 11 strikeouts. But that's the kind of Major League Baseball we're playing right now. Lots of home runs and lots of strikeouts. So how are you guys feeling through the first 10 games for Baddoo?
I was in the beginning, the start being at 500 was awesome, but then seeing these last couple games, I mean, the way he started so above expectations that now with him still being a good player at that level, I'm still impressed. You know, it's just seeing really how these next couple games, because I mean, there was a nice defensive stop he did over the weekend, and just really seeing this unfold because he surpassed all of our expectations on the start of this season, I think.
He looks good. I just want to see more from him. It's still early. It's still very, very early on the season, so around the midpoint of the season, I want to see where he's progressed along the people that he's been compared to so far. But right now, he looks really good. He's making Tigers baseball exciting, and they don't have a must-see guy right now. So with him being there, it's like at least you want to tune in and see like what he's doing next because of the way he started out so far.
Yeah, and he started out on fire, and you know, one of the players that he's being compared to, which, God, if he turns into this player, I think we're all going to be very, very excited. Albert Pujols, if you look at his first 10 games and compare them to Baddoo's first 10 games, it says Pujols struggled in his first 3 games, going 1 of 9. Then the next 7, he had 13 hits, including 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and 27 at-bats, while walking 3 times and striking out 3 times. To finish his first career 10 games with 26 total bases, 3.89, 4.36, 7.22 slash line, and he didn't cool off after that. So obviously, Pujols, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time. Putting him in that category through 10 games, not something I'm comfortable doing just because it's Pujols, but at the end of the day, numbers is numbers, and that's somebody he compares to through the first 10 games of his career.
I just don't like that conversation at
tough.
all, because what it's going to do is, as much as these players say they don't read these clippings, they definitely do. I don't even want it to get in his brain that he's on the same pace as Albert Pujols, because that is a lot to live up to.
Oh, my God.
If he's J.D. Martinez, the Tigers win.
It's funny because J.D. Martinez is somebody they've also talked about him being like. But Martinez was more of a late bloomer.
Yeah.
But obviously being a Rule 5 guy, Baddoo is also kind of a late bloomer. The next guy on this list that they want to compare him to is 2015 Carlos Cora. And if you don't know him, he plays for the Astros. When he was 20 years old, he picked up hits in 9 of his first 10 games with 6 extra base hits. Also had 11 strikeouts, but only 2 walks, collecting 27 total bases with 349, 378, and 628 slash line. And his next 10 were pretty much less successful. 8 of 12 hits were for extra bases, but he was only 279, 295, and 558. So Hinch moved Cora down a spot in the batting order at that time from 2 to 3, and that's when Cora really started to hit his stride again. So what I like about this comparison is you have the same coach too. So hopefully he's seeing the same thing and is going to use Baddoo in a similar fashion.
Yeah, pull out some of the same stuff, same training techniques. You know, you can hope for that. That'd be great.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing. Joey, how you feeling about Baddoo? And just, you know, like, he's the guy who came out of nowhere. Like, before the season, we were talking about Casey Mize. We were talking about Struble. We were talking about all the Torkelson. Those were the big-name rookies. And then this guy out of nowhere has given us so much to talk about.
That's the thing is, like, people, Detroit's Tigers fans thought he was going to be short-lived here in Detroit in the beginning.
Right.
But then you see the start that he had, and it wasn't just the first couple games. Like, he's still consistently keeping it going through the season. Obviously, this last series against the A's was not a good series at all for the Tigers. But just seeing this young kid grow and evolve into the guy and the player that he's become is going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, I think so. It's just been fun to have this. It was much better when they were 6-6. Now that they're 6-10, not as exciting, and honestly not as you don't want to say not as impressive, but when you're doing it on a winning or 500 team, it is more impressive than when you're putting up numbers on a losing team.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But, I mean, this is what we expected from the Tigers so far, so at least just take some of the fun. Take some of the fun and enjoy the moment while it's going. Hopefully he's able to continue to improve upon what he's done so far, and then the Tigers can kind of get back to the 500 range.
So I gave you the good news on who he's trending like. So here's some of the busts that were trending like him during their first 10 games. You guys remember Craig Wilson? I don't.
Nope.
And that's the thing with all these busts. Bo Hart in 2003? No. Astridis Aquino in 2019? No. But all these guys in their first 10 games, like let's go Craig Wilson, he hit 5 doubles, 3 home runs to go with 12 singles and 40 at-bats. You know, he showed a lot of big league potential, but then he fizzled out, and at the end of the season, he was hitting .238. So that's why this is a cautionary tale. Be excited, enjoy what he's doing, but like I said, I wasn't very comfortable putting in the Pujols category because Pujols is just such a great player. But you can compare those numbers to Pujols. Unfortunately, you can also compare them to Bo Hart, too. So pick your poison on where you want to be with Akil Baddoo right now. Be optimistic, but don't bet the farm on it, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly on that. I just hope that Tigers baseball is able to go ahead and pick it up, because when the Tigers are winning, Detroit is a better place to be.
Yes. Oh, God. I can't wait for our sports teams to start winning again, man. And honestly, I would rather have this downtrend as bad as this downtrend during COVID, when we can't go to games anyways. Because imagine if the Tigers were absolutely on fire right now, or the Pistons were killing everybody, the Red Wings were back to championship form, and we couldn't go to any of the games. Like, at least now, teams are bad, okay, we don't have to go to the games right now.
You're not obligated to spend any money.
Right. Even though I do, and I love the teams, and I do spend lots of money on them, but still, it's nice that kind of we're in this downtrend when it's kind of convenient to be in a downtrend. So yeah, we just wanted to update you on Akil Baddoo's first 10 games. He's in the talk with some legends, and he's in the talk with some people we never heard about before or after. Bo Hart surprises the hell out of me. I've never even heard of that guy. But either way, we want to thank the Tigers for taking care of Baddoo and getting him in the lineup and making sure he's a part of the whole game, because it has been so fun to watch. And speaking of fun, the Olympics may have some new sports, and we're going to talk about one of them that I think should be implemented immediately coming up next.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
It is the Woodward Sports Network, and this is the Morning Woodward Show. My name is Stick. Thank you guys for waking up and enjoying your morning with us. Sun shines out, beautiful clear skies today, and this video had me absolutely die. I've probably watched this video 400 times. Let's just play the Bobcat video real quick with the sound up.
Good morning. I need to wash my car.
I love this video so much. Look at this guy. He's got a Bobcat in his hands right now.
Oh my God! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get me! Get out! Let me! Watch out!
Get there!
Oh, shoot that fucker! Shoot that fucker! Watch out! Watch out! It's a Bobcat! Attack my wife! A Bobcat!
What would you do?
Exactly what that guy did.
You would pick it up?
You yeet that thing across the damn yard, man. They just chucked that bad boy. Can you go back to the point where he threw the Bobcat? Because honestly, to me, this could be a new Olympic sport. Bobcat toss. You guys down for it?
I mean,
I'm only coming that close to a Bobcat in that situation only. Outside of that, I'm running.
He threw that thing 10 yards, bro. He threw that thing 10 yards. I'm going to shoot that fucker.
That's literally the only appropriate time to approach a Bobcat is if your wife is getting attacked. Outside of that, I'm not coming nowhere near close. I've actually saw, they call Bobcats red links. I actually saw links about like within a foot away a couple of weeks ago, and That's a big ass cat. I'm not messing with a cat that's as big as a dog. I'm straight. Nope.
I was shocked how the dude just like took the cat off of his wife, held it up like Simba. That was just like, get out of here,
Literally.
and threw it.
That right there is a legend. That right there. I mean, you got to do whatever it takes to save wifey. But when a bobcat, I've never even seen a I don't want to see a bobcat. But when one attacks your wife, you got to throw it 10 yards like that.
Well, you know, there are some weird Olympic sports. So do you guys think that bobcat toss would ever pick up?
Nah.
No?
They would view that as animal abuse.
Yeah, I know.
It's
but
not really
still.
an animal, though.
It's an animal. It's a wild animal, though.
It's a wild animal.
We talked about this last week, though. Breakdancing is now an Olympic sport. So, I mean, when we're watching people breakdancing, we're watching Olympians. This guy could be an Olympian right here. Look at his squad, too. How sweet is this?
Why are they doing this in the mud?
Just to add some effects.
Oh. Look at the homies back there.
What is this? You got served?
No, this is the Olympics. This is the Tokyo Olympics 2021. So, what's up, Fish? It's 2024, I know.
Thank you.
I know. I was making a joke.
Ooh, he was going to come at you.
I know. Fish was going to correct me.
He was going to come at you.
Breakdancing doesn't hit the Olympics till 2024, but this is also an Olympic sport. Have you guys ever seen speed walking?
No.
It's not fun.
It's not. Look at this. Look at these athletes.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at them.
I seen a few contenders at 12 Oaks Mall.
Yes, every morning. So the thing about speed walking, the only rule is part of your foot has to be touching the ground at all times. That's why they're walking all weird like that. Like, play that video again, because it is the strangest motion that any human can have. Like, it looks like
the hips got to stay
they all
aligned.
got to shit their pants and they're trying to get to the bathroom.
Yep. Or it's that awkward walk when you're crossing the side street and there's a car waiting for you, and you got to do that quick little jog.
We should do a speed walking competition here at Woodward Sports. Would you be down, Corey?
No.
No?
You got the longest legs, though. Your legs are like up to your titties almost.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Joey.
You are, don't you got like super high hips?
I do. I have a very strange body. It's.
I'm really worried about how Joey knows how high your hips are.
He talks about it all the time.
Not all the time, but it's definitely a point of conversation. Yeah, it's weird. Here, I'll stand up. So, like, the normal human, you could zoom out on me, Alex. So the normal human, like, your hips are here, right? Like where your pants sit. My hips are here. So if I held my pants all the way up to where my hips are,
you look like Urkel.
This is where I'd have to wear my pants, Corey. You down with that? No. See? So really strange. I got a really strange body type.
You asked, Corey.
Yeah, you asked.
Oh, I didn't ask.
Now you know. Now you know. But the interesting thing is, like, my ribs go into my hips, like in them. So I'm fully body armored on the side. So if you're ever trying to shank me or trying to get me on the side, body armor, baby. It's all bone there. You're just going to break your fist. That's all that's going to happen.
Well, there you go.
There it is. Thanks, guys.
I think we need Mike up here for the more
for
awkwardness.
the awkward silence. So, yeah, do you guys have any other interesting things that you think could be cool Olympic sports?
One of my favorites is curling. That's
already a sport.
I know, but I'm saying that's one of my favorites right now. So I'm trying to think if I had to. Is rock, paper, scissors on the list?
No, but they do have an international rock, paper, scissors competition.
Rock, paper, scissors would be one that I would love to see because some people actually say, no, I'm like legit amazing. I could guarantee beat you at rock, paper, scissors. And I'm like, how? How is that something? Isn't that like an all luck type game? But
no, there's strategy involved.
I don't know.
I don't think there's a lot of strategy, but there's strategy involved.
There needs to be I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they would do it, but they need to add cornhole toss to the Olympics.
Ooh,
is that's not an Olympic sport yet?
Downriver it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys good at it?
Cornhole?
Yeah.
I mean, how good can you be at cornhole?
Oh, you could. Come on, you could be sweet.
Yeah, I'm okay at it.
I love cornhole.
Yeah, it's an interesting sport. The guys that get into it, do you remember Rich Pyle? Do you know who that is?
Which one was Rich Pyle?
So American Jewelry and Loan used to do that hardcore pawn show, or is it hardcore pawn? Yeah, hardcore pawn. And he was the guy with the long goatee.
Okay.
He was always sitting in the booth. That's what he does now. He like commentates on bean toss.
Is that the Gold family?
No, he wasn't part of their family. He was just an employee there.
Yep.
But I used to go to that store well before they were ever on TV, so Rich was like the homie. He hooked me up with my first drill. He hooked, like, everything that's in my house was bought from a pawn shop, essentially.
Smart.
Because, yeah, even my wife's engagement ring was from that pawn shop. That's just how I roll. So, yeah, she found out about it later.
Damn.
And no big deal.
It's all good.
Yeah, you get like a $30,000 ring for like 6 G's, man.
Right. That's the smartest thing you could do.
Damn right. And they got a layaway program for us broke asses with no credit. So, yeah, pawn shop. That's mine.
You know
up,
one more
Fish?
thing?
Oh, go ahead.
One more thing that I love to see on there is spike ball.
Oh, with the little trampoline thing?
Yeah, because I saw some extreme spike ball the other day. That would be something so fun and so competitive.
Yeah. Fish, what you got to say, buddy?
Well, this wouldn't go to the Olympics because the whole cancel culture, but the Russian, or it's made in Russia, the slap competition they do down there.
Oh, that slap competition is something real.
Yes.
That would be funny to see in the Olympics. Who would we send as our Olympic slapper here in America? Who would you send? Like The Rock?
Yeah, The Rock would be a good one. Kevin Hart. I feel like Kevin Hart would be a funny one.
You'd have to jump up and slap people. Corey, if you got to send one person to represent the U.S. in a slap contest, who you sending?
It's the hardest question in the world.
You know what? Currently?
Anybody, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna take him in his prime. I'd say a prime Ric Flair.
Ooh, I like that. I was thinking like a Bishop Don Magic Wand. Like send an actual pimp that knows how to slap. Like he's there just pimp slapping people. Or Bernie Mac would have been great when he was alive.
Oh, yeah.
There's some technique to it.
What's that?
There's definitely technique to a good slap. So
there is. You don't want to get too much palm because that's damn near going to knock somebody out.
Yep.
That's what I'm worried about with these slap shots. Someone's just going to palm me right
who
across
was
the
that
face.
just won the slap contest during the fight this weekend?
Oh, there was one?
Yeah, there was right before the main event. You know, before Doja Cat had like a 45-minute performance. They had Ric Flair was like the referee of a slap fight on Triller.
That's hilarious. So yeah, we just wanted to touch on Olympic sports that could be. And coming up next, we're gonna get into Joey's news. You ready, Joey?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
In his third professional fight, Jake Paul only needed 2 minutes for this fight. That Corey, how pissed would you be? Because I know you're not dumb enough to do this. Paid $50 for this pay-per-view to only watch 2 minutes of the main event.
I'm more pissed that people paid $50 and had to watch Doja Cat for half an hour lip sync a concert.
It's been a minute since there's been a concert, so low key, I wouldn't pay it, but
I ain't hating the hustle. It's just damn $50.
So yes, the $50 got you to see the main event of Jake Paul. Yes, the YouTuber Jake Paul knocking out Ben Askren, who I'm pretty sure that I could go out there and do better than Ben Askren. I mean, I look at the guts comparison. The dude even got a bigger gut than me, so that's why I think that I could get out there and give a little bit of a fight, because now Jake Paul is 3-0 on 3 knockouts in his career.
But do you have the rolls on the side?
They're coming in there.
Here's where evident. Here's where evident.
They're starting to come in there, but Snoop Dogg was the funniest part of this, because Dana White actually went on Mike Tyson's Hot Boxing podcast and bet $1 million that Jake Paul would lose this fight. Snoop Dogg doubled down on this bet, and now Dana White owes Snoop Dogg $2 million because of a Jake Paul fight. $2 million.
Hey, Snoop. Okay, Snoop, here's the fair thing to do. You got to give Jake Paul at least 500 of that. Got to give Jake Paul at least 500 of that.
See, these YouTubers, though, Corey, they make so much money that it's like, part of it's like, man, these YouTubers generate so much. It's crazy the world that we live in, because we're literally living in a YouTube and TikTok famed world right now.
Well, the thing about it is, I believe that the users, like me, you, anybody in the studio, we're taking control of what we want to see. So now with all of these different, streaming platforms like a YouTube, a Twitch, or a TikTok, you're able to go ahead and create your own entertainment. And hey, more power to Jake Paul for being able to generate over 1 million buys at $50 a pop.
But you said it. Everybody just wanted to see him get his ass beat.
And it didn't happen.
Did not happen. That dude is now undefeated at 3-0. And one team that went defeated over these last couple of games is our Detroit Tigers. Sadly, on Thursday, the Tigers were 6-6. We were talking on the show last Thursday, so excited. Our team's at 500. Nobody thought that this would be the case this early in the season. Well, that definitely did not last long, because we woke up today to the Tigers 6-10 after losing 4 straight on the road against the Oakland Athletics. And offensively, Corey, when you look at it, we produced 20 runs against the Astros, but then we go silent the next 2 days, and it is just not a good series against the A's.
Man, I'm going to be patient. Give AJ Hinch his time to come in here and change this franchise around. But I've got to be honest, that did not look good this weekend.
It did not. And Fish, I got to go to you right now, because I am pissed that you did not wish Miggy a happy birthday.
Oh, man.
When was his birthday?
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday? Well, I didn't know it was his birthday yesterday.
Come on, Fish. You're supposed to know everybody's birthday. So later on today with Fish's Facts, you got to give us some good birthdays. Trevor Lawrence already is committed to Jacksonville, donating $20,000 to charities in the area. And we're still just over a week away from the NFL draft, but it's pretty sure that everybody knows he's going to Jacksonville, so we might as well just start with the New York Jets at this point. Ended up posting this tweet out there thanking the Jags fans for what? I don't really know what yet, but he's just saying that he appreciates the wedding gifts and donations for charities of their choice. In addition to the donations, Marissa and I will also be donating $20,000 to charities in Jacksonville. Thanks again. We hope to be a part of your community soon, and it's crazy that he's doing that.
CYA, cover your ass. We hope to be a part of the community. But you know what would suck? And I flubbed this earlier. I'm pretty sure everybody caught it. Wouldn't it suck if everything starts, the draft starts, and Roger Goodell goes with the first pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Zach Wilson, BYU. Man, I'd be like, hey, put a stop payment on that shit.
Right, like even though it's charity, hey, cancel that. Cancel that. What I'm saying.
Cancel that like Nino.
Right. We appreciate you donating to charities, but come on, just wait 2 weeks, damn it, until you're here. Steph Curry, this dude is just freaking nasty. One thing we all know of Steph Curry, dropped 47 points, but watch this. That lefty and one.
You know what? It was a great shot, and you know what's crazy? It's a great shot, but I hate that I'm not that fascinated by it. I hate it because it's like Steph hits so many of these shots. It's just like anytime the ball leaves his hand, I expect it to go in the rim. It doesn't matter who he's covered by, what point of the court he shoots it from. We've seen him more times than not when he chucks it up, it goes in. So it was an impressive shot, but it's just like, it's Steph.
That's the thing, though. It's like, how many times, because we've all played basketball. We've all messed around playing pig, playing whatever game that you play to freestyle and have some fun out there. But all the crazy shots that you try, there's nothing harder than shooting with the opposite hand, and the dude just makes it look so easy.
Oh, yeah, it's like, all right, what you going to do? You know what they got to do next? They got to play a game with Steph blindfolded.
I wouldn't be impressed.
Hey, I'm just saying we have to figure out something new to be. Okay, now I'm wild again because I'm not trying to diss the shot. It's just like it's actually a compliment on how great he is.
That should be something at the 3-point contest next year.
Blindfolded.
Yes, like the last whole rack of 5 shots or whatever.
Blindfolded should be like a 5-point shot.
The last one at each one? See, no, that'll get you off your rhythm. So maybe the last shot or something. gives you a chance. That's a great addition right there.
We'll figure it out. We got to figure that one out.
We keep it local with one of our former MSU Spartans, Miles Bridges. This guy is trying to really win Dunk of the Year because he did it once, but now again. Woo!
That's crazy. Like, can we replay that again? Because that is like, he has like springs. What is he jumping? Come on, man. What is he jumping off of?
Like, you're bragging too much at that point. Like, there's got to be a trampoline right there that he jumped off of because he makes it look too easy out there.
Now, why wasn't he in the dunk contest?
Miles Bridges, we would love to invite you to the next NBA 2022 dunk contest. Dude, like, that's the thing is I'm so sick of, like, we talked about the snooze fest of the dunk contest this year. That's what we need, like explosive dunkers like that. And it shouldn't be the whole point where you volunteer to be a part of this. Like, you see a dunk like that, you have to be a part of this dunk contest next year.
I'm telling you, what NBA has to do is just raise the money up, because you can still get injured doing in the dunk contest. Come down on that ankle awkward. Oh crap! I'm not coming down on that ankle awkward for 40 grand. What?
Yep. Right.
No, up the prize money a little bit, and what I would do is I would up the prize money a little bit, and then do a match of the prize money to their charity. I mean, it's going to be a tax write-off.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You got to make it a little bit enticing to where they feel a little bit pressure because you got the charity ties to it. But then on top of that, everybody would want to be a part of it and support it because there is charities, you know?
And I think that's why the All-Star game is starting to be more competitive now. Still no defense really played, but, you know, they're playing for charity, so I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, that's a smart twist to it. Killian Hayes, our rookie of the Detroit Pistons, with the most beautiful pass to another rookie, Sadiq Bey, on this one. Just so beautiful right there. Whew. Snuck that one right in so perfectly.
I want to see more of that from Killian Hayes. I want to see we've already seen a lot of that from Sadiq Bey this season, but I want to see more of that from Killian Hayes. I want to see his confidence continue to grow. I think with Derrick Rose gone and Blake Griffin gone, the young rookies are now able to just go out there and, not want to say make mistakes, but play freely.
And that's what you see that out there, you know, giving him that control, bringing up the ball, and then having that confidence to go for a pass like that is what I love to see out of our rookie right there. The Detroit Red Wings look to bounce back tonight against the Stars following a 4-0 shutout that the Chicago Blackhawks pulled on us the other day. And I don't want to see that again. We need some goals. And the last one, and I hate to break it to you if you did not hear it earlier today, you might have not seen it on social media yet, but late tomorrow night into Wednesday, Corey, we're going to have 3 to 4 inches of snow.
I know the snow is coming. I heard it's not supposed to stick, so that's a good thing. But I got to say this. Michigan weather is ghetto.
Yes. Ghetto as hell.
It's because it's like, this is the only place you can really get all 4 seasons in 1 hour.
Literally. And that's the thing. It's like, we're going to have to wear jackets to work, and then you're going to leave at 70 degrees. But
that's how people getting sick, for real.
Yep. Hopefully this is the last snowfall that we have. And I just want to help you. I mean, listen, the temperature controls with all the weather that we got going on right now, so unstable. We don't want that at your home, at your workplace. Northwestern Tech is the spot that you got to go for that temperature control, because, guys, if you're trying to get a new career starter right now, ladies, fellas, go check out northwesterntech.edu, because that is the HVAC school that works. Heating and cooling is an industry that is going to be pandemic proof. It's going to be safe forever. It's an industry that we need. So northwesterntech.edu. And coming up next, we're going to talk to our doll of the week, another Detroit badass woman.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. This is the Morning Woodward Show. And Corey, this is always the best start to the week when we get to introduce our newest Detroit doll.
Uh-oh. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Let's see.
And this one we got to welcome to the show a badass by the name of Haley. Good morning, Haley.
You.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am doing amazing. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I love that this is the new 2021 way of doing things where we got to hop on Zoom and do all of these interviews. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Haley.
So I am 26 years old and I currently work as a full-time workers' comp insurance adjuster. Actually, is my full-time job. But I actually have like a side hustle business to where I'm building like my own online personal training. And then I'm also in training for my second bodybuilding show, which I'm going to be doing figure this time. I did bikini the first time that I competed. And let's see. I think that's like about all the most exciting stuff about my life.
Is it okay if we throw a few pictures up of you from our Instagram, from your Instagram that we looked at? So look, this right here is Haley, and she posted these photos from the gym. This is going to sound real awkward, Haley, but do you work at Powerhouse in West Bloomfield?
I recognize it.
Okay, so you do work there.
I do.
Okay, I'm watching this and I'm looking at these pictures and I'm like, I don't want, this is gonna sound, Corey, this is gonna sound real creepy, but I think this girl works at my gym. And sure as heck, you do. That's awesome.
But you know what's funny? I recognized you like the first time you ever came in from like your voice. I was like, I've heard him on the radio.
Oh, that's funny. That's awesome. Well, listen, you do an awesome job checking me in every single day into the front desk. So, like checking me in to go into the gym. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. So tell us a little bit about this. So you talk about how you do bikini competitions.
Yeah, so it's just like a physique, like bodybuilding type competitions. And I've been working on gaining like muscle because I was always like a smaller person growing up. And I was always into more like, I guess, running type sports most of my life. I did like track and soccer and all that type of stuff. And then once I graduated high school, I got into the gym and I found bodybuilding and I kind of fell in love with it. And then I just kind of like expanded my journey, learning more about health and nutrition. And once I, fell in love with the more weightlifting aspect of it, I got into the bodybuilding physique shows and I just love doing it. And I love working with people and meeting new people through the industry. It's just been like a really great for, I guess, growth on a personal basis for me. I've loved it.
You said you're normally a smaller person. How hard is it to put on weight for competition?
Well, I guess for me, I guess it's been I've been doing this bulk for about 6 or more months now, and I've only gained like not even 5 to 6 pounds. So,
oh, man.
I mean, for me, like it's tougher for me to gain weight, just like the way my metabolism is. So I've just been trying to gain like muscle overall. It's different for every person though.
Man, I wish it was that hard for me to put on weight. It comes on too easily, and I don't want to make you jealous, but I went to Hudson Cafe in Detroit yesterday. I put on, I think, 5 or 6 pounds in that one little brunch that I had.
Hopefully I don't find
Well, maybe I should start taking advice from you.
Well, Haley, thanks again. How could everybody watching right now or listening find you on social media?
You can find me at my handle on Instagram. It's h.mc_breezy.
Oh my God! Here we go.
You can follow my journey there.
.mc_breezy.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Go ahead and follow her. And congratulations, Haley, once again, our Detroit Doll of the Week on Woodward Sports. I'll see you at the gym soon, okay?
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Hey, Corey, I got to tell a quick little story real quick before Fish, you come over here for your Fish's Facts. So I just mentioned that I went to Hudson Cafe, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the greatest story I think that I've ever been a part of in my entire life. So I'm cruising after I left the Hudson Cafe. I'm cruising down the lodge, heading back home. And you know the speed limit. Let me ask you, actually, do you know what the speed limit is on the lodge?
The real speed limit
The
or what
real
I
speed
drive?
limit. The real.
Oh, it's 55.
Yeah. What do you normally drive?
At this time, I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment rights to prevent myself from stuff.
But normally you're a little bit above 55, correct?
Yeah.
So I might have been going like just a little bit over, like 75 or 80 miles per hour cruising, and there was this car in the left lane going slow as hell. Well, going the legal speed limit of 55, but that's slow as hell on the Lodge. So I swerve around her, and then there's a car in that second lane right there in front. And then I swerve right back into the far left lane. That car right there in the second lane that I was splicing right through, he goes like this. He lowers his window and he goes like this. Slow down, slow down. So in my head, I'm like, this guy's just being a dick. I look right in front and there's a cop. And this dude was telling me to slow down and is forever the biggest homie. And I was with my girl. I had her take a picture because I wanted to highlight this individual right here. So put this picture up. That old man right there saved me probably 4 or 5 points on my record and a couple $100.
And the thing is, it was probably, and if I'm not mistaken, it was probably the State Boys too.
Yup.
That's where they like to camp out at on the weekends. They love the Lodge. So if you are on the Lodge, yeah, when you get in that little downtown, I want to say that stretch from like downtown through like midtown.
Yes.
Just keep your speed low because, yeah, State Boys like to get you.
And then the best part is the cop hops off of the freeway, and then this guy rolls his window down again, and he's like, come on, the cop's out of here. You can drive fast again. But that honestly was one of the best moments of my life.
Hey, all heroes don't wear capes.
Yes, they don't. They drive that vehicle. Throw that up one more time. I'm going to make a Photoshop and put a Superman cape on this guy right here.
That looks like a
Impala, I think.
Yeah, that's on either an Impala or a Malibu.
Yeah, one of the above.
One of them.
Coming up next, time for Fish's Facts on the Woodward Sports Network.
Time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
What you got for us, Fishy?
Oh boy, it's Monday.
Uh-oh.
The weekend was this past weekend. Very exciting weekend.
Wow. Was it really this past weekend?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday, snow. Weekend's coming up in 5 days. Let's move to a video today, as we always do on a Monday. We have a game-winning play in the rugby where the Rabbitohs played the Tigers over the weekend on Saturday. I was not watching this game. It was on at 3 in the morning, though. So the Rabbitohs, the green team, thought they scored, and the orange team took the ball back to score on their own.
No. So he was stopped just short?
So, well, they reviewed it. You have to have downward pressure on the ball. And as you will see on the review, they confirmed that the green team grounded the ball. So on from the green team scoring to the orange team scoring, and the green team ended up winning the game 18-14.
So this is like the new Calvin Johnson rule, but in rugby. They got to have their own rule against that one. Is rugby by far your favorite sport, Fish?
Sure. It's exciting. I'm a big fan of exciting sports. And that was a very exciting moment that happened over the weekend. It was pretty wild. If any of you watched that game, it's on at 3:30 in the morning. We moved.
Unfortunately, I wasn't watching at 3:30 in the morning, but thanks for the update on that.
You're very
one,
welcome.
Fish.
We moved to hockey, where Patrick Marleau, we talked about him 2 or 3 weeks ago. Well, he tied Gordie Howe for the most NHL games played at 1767. So the Sharks play tonight. I'm assuming he'll play,
Man,
and he will break the record.
Gordie.
So we'll probably have a stat tomorrow of him breaking the record. And we go to some awkwardness. I found this yesterday. I don't know if this is not an official holiday. This is a Urban Dictionary definition, and I will not be doing this, so don't ask me any questions about it. Yesterday was National Send Nudes Day. April 18th is the day you send nudes to someone you feel comfortable with. And you can read the whole definition on it. I will not be taking part in any of this, but found that interesting / weird / why would anyone do it on this day? But
so if
whatever.
you want to celebrate this day with Fish, feel free to send him a snap on Instagram at...
I will not be taking requests. Let's move to basketball. I just thought that was interesting.
What is it? At Samuel Fisher, New Zealand, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Let's move
Ladies,
to...
hit him up.
I will not be accepting any nudes. Let's go to basketball.
So wait, Fish, how did you know that was the holiday yesterday?
I just found it. I just scrolling through the socials and I found a picture and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I looked it up. Turns out it was yesterday. I don't know why it's a day, but it is.
Oh, we know that's a legendary day that we got to celebrate, Fish. Did you partake in the festivities yesterday, Corey?
No, I did not. But I now have to. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I gotta tell Joy this story off camera. That's funny. Continue, Fish.
Continue. Carry on, Fish.
De'Aaron Fox had a good night last night for the Sacramento Kings. He got 17 30-point games of the season tonight. He has 10 such games combined in his first 2 years. 30 points. He got 12 in the fourth quarter. He leads the NBA in fourth quarter scoring this season.
Not bad.
So he's looking good. Another guy is looking good. There are 4 players averaging 20-plus points per game, 3 plus 3-point per game, and 40 3-point percentage this season. Terry Rozier is on that. Zach LaVine, Paul George, and Steph Curry lead that list. Curry's always on every list we see.
You keep mentioning, all right, this guy is looking pretty good. Another guy that looked pretty good. Tomorrow I want you to come back with this woman looked pretty good from a Snapchat that she sent you. All right, Fish?
All right, I will not be doing that. The first ever we go to this date is April 19th. And first ever Boston Marathon was on this day in 1897.
1897.
John J. McDermott won 2 hours 55 minutes. Obviously, that time's been beaten since then. But, yeah, first ever Boston Marathon happened on this day.
That's the time it takes us to run a mile. They can do a whole marathon in that time. Congratulations.
The Pistons and 76ers, 1990. I don't know if you guys remember this. They got into a fight. Well, that fight costed them a lot of money. Costed them $162,500 in fines.
Damn.
It's an NBA record.
Damn. That's a big fine right there.
I need to find that fight because, I mean...
Was that the Lambeer one?
Which Lambeer one?
Right. Wasn't it Charles Barkley?
It could have been. It could have been. Let's I gotta look into that one.
Yeah, that's a lot of fines, though, nonetheless.
And then we have a birthday. Joe Mauer. Miguel Cabrera's was yesterday as well. But Joe Mauer's birthday is today. Happy birthday to him. He's a twin. Was a twin.
Happy birthday to Joe.
And Joey, good news. We got a birthday. Or a wedding.
Oh, boy.
We have a wedding. 2008. Someone that Corey hates, I think. Eli Manning.
Good introduction.
It was his. I just remember that. Eli Manning. Abby McGrew was the
that's her name. We don't care.
Well, they married in a resort, and I'm not a big fan of people. Well, okay, you can go to Cabo, Mexico, but you can't say you went to Mexico. That doesn't count as you going to the country. I get pissed off at people saying I went to Mexico. You didn't. You went to a resort that happened to be in Mexico.
I like that. Is that it?
That is
Fish's
it. That's the facts. We'll see you tomorrow for some more fun facts.
You know what time it is for now, Fishy?
Yes, sir. Dumbass of the day with Joey.
Now to present the award.
It is Joey.
It is time. Dumbass
of the day.
Why would you do that? And the loser is...
Anytime you get to award Ohio State as a whole with the Dumbass of the Day award, you do so. Did you see this video, Corey, and everybody watching right now of Ohio State having a block party for absolutely nothing, turning up?
I seen clips, but
you would have thought this team won like the national championship or something right here. Do you know why this? What this was for?
No, but I'm just thinking of like, dude, if that's my car, I'm pissed.
Straight up flipped it, trashed that entire car.
That has to be somebody's car that they're junked or.
Dude, they're jumping on top of it, turning into a straight up protest right now. It looks like. I honestly have no clue what this is for. It just seems like students turning into a party, but that is the Ohio State University for you. Your dumbass of the day. Congratulations to the entire Ohio State University.
So apparently it was. I'm just doing some quick research. Apparently it was a rave.
Wow. I mean, we could tell it's definitely a rave.
Yes, it's I don't know if it's their Chit Fest.
Is Ohio fully open? I don't know if they're fully open yet right now.
I have no idea if they're fully open or not right now. I do know that when Michigan was not open, they were the only ones. I know my friends were driving to Toledo to go out to restaurants and whatnot.
Right.
So.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching the Woodward Sports Network. And at 11 o'clock, we got Baligian and Bell coming up. And you have a good rest of your day.